Appropriate.
It's appropriate to wear a suit when you go to the office. For the job interview she was dressed appropriately in a suit. This report, and all subsequent reports, must be written in the appropriate style.
I don't think it's appropriate to talk like that. Could we change this subject, please? It wouldn't be appropriate. So, with regret, I'm going to have to say no.
Appropriate. Avoid.
I'm gonna avoid the cliché.
Throughout the interview, she was trying to remain polite while avoiding direct eye contact.
You need to avoid unnecessary disagreements between you and members of your family.
When you go out in the hot sun, you should always put sunscreen on your skin to avoid getting sunburned.
A detailed business plan will help us avoid major risks.
Avoid.
Behave.
She always behaves well when her aunts come to visit. I swear I'll behave well.
Let's stay calm and try to behave like responsible adults.
The insect, a fly, behaves like a parasite, an organism that lives on or in another organism called a host.
He behaves crazily when he is off his medication.
Behave. Calm.
It is important to keep calm in an emergency.
Despite the calmness of his voice, I could tell he was angry. Just breathe deeply and calm down.
Please stop ranting and raving. Let's discuss this issue in a calm manner.
When she calmed down, she was more coherent.
Calm.
Frequently.
He has frequently been compared to Michael Jackson.
Students have to practice to communicate in foreign language frequently.
Explosions frequently occur during bushfires, in eucalyptus forests, where the volatile oils in the tree tops suddenly combust.
University students frequently do their homework before class.
He has frequently been compared to Michael Jackson.
Frequently.
Habit.
He has a habit of eating chocolate at night, which is not good for his teeth.
It is essential that we must protect wildlife habitats.
A number of wildlife habitat reserves have been established.
She has a nasty habit with people in meetings.
A number of wildlife habitat reserves have been established.
Habit.
Instruct.
Initially, the children were instructed by teachers.
He works in a sports center, instructing people in the use of the gym equipment.
I gave you specific instructions. Having read the instruction, he snatched up the fire extinguisher.
He gives me specific instructions on how to prepare contracts.
Instruct.
Issue.
Our government is discussing this issue.
There is a new issue for each month.
Police have issued a description and an artist's impression of the assailant.
These issues are very important to our planet.
Are there no alternatives that might provide better options for the environmental issues?
Issue.
None.
He spent all his money. There is none left.
There's virtually none left.
What you do with your partner behind closed doors is none of my business. Hey, give her a smile. She is none other than your wife.
I don't care. It's none of my business anyway.
None.
Patient.
Be patient with her, she's very young.
Most patients make a recovery without further intervention.
The nurses are managing to take care of the patient.
The psychologist talks to the patient, helps the patient feel better.
The Emergency Field Hospital is a mobile unit that will treat and help patients in need.
Patient.
Positive.
She always has a positive attitude.
We need a positive program of crime prevention.
Cultural diversity supports the idea that every person can make a unique and positive contribution to the larger society.
He isn't very clever, but he does have some other positive attributes.
The critics' review of the play is very positive.
Positive.
Punish.
To punish me, my teacher had me stand in the corner.
He is not deserved to get the capital punishment. Criminal libel is a libel punishable criminally. His punishment will be a deterrent to others.
The usual punishment is a fine.
Punish.
Represent.
I will represent my team.
About 100 sales representatives will pitch the product.
The áo đai represents the traditional dress of Vietnamese women.
I will represent my team.
Infrastructure represents those types of capital goods that serve the activities of many industries.
Represent.
Shake.
John's dog shakes his head.
Tom and John shake hands.
When people shake hands, it usually means they agree. They should shake hands with the principal.
We will learn the textual analysis of Shakespeare tomorrow.
Shake. Spread.
The news about John's dog spread through the village.
One of the efforts to contain the spread of COVID-19 is a contact trace. Don't forget to spread the fact to everyone else.
He says infected people pass the virus, which has spread to several countries.
Use of computers spread rapidly during that period.
Spread.
Stroll.
My dog and I strolled through the park today.
There are many kinds of strollers in the supermarket.
My dog and I strolled through the park today.
We strolled along the boulevard.
We went for a stroll in the park.
Stroll.
Village.
Many years ago, my village was very poor.
The village was cut off from the outside world for 4 days because of the storm.
The villagers had to work hard in the fields all day. On the last day, the village priest approached Colonel Blashford Snell.
Village.
Expect.
We were expecting him to arrive yesterday.
The case might last longer than we expected because the defendant is disputing the claim.
Economists expect 7% growth in West Africa's economy in the next 2 years.
The expectation is that property prices will rise.
She missed the train, so she'll arrive a little later than expected.
Expect.
Content.
I'm perfectly content just to lie in the sun.
The drawer had been emptied of its contents.
The fiber, potassium and vitamin C content in pineapple all support heart health.
This evidence supports the contention that he isn't guilty. There is no initial list of contents.